Spoiler alert. Hello, my name is Six. I have a hat. I'm Six in this hat, and it's been a very, very long time since I made a video. So what have I been doing? Moving house, doing work, and playing Fallout 4, basically. So why am I making a video now? Because I've put a lot of time into this, and I want to show you guys what it's like at level 118 when you play the game for as long as I have. And before anybody asks, no, there has been no console commands whatsoever, apart from a few TCLs to get me out of some tricky situations. So I've never got to this bit before. I've always just killed father. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm hoping I can teleport out of here now. Hooray! So that was a super quick fast forwarded tour of the Institute, because I decided to start recording at the most boring part of the entire game apparently. So yes, level 118. Explosive shotgun, a missile launcher, a walking cane that freezes people. It's taking forever to load. That's quite cool. So I've got also a Minuteman outfit, just because the cappy glasses, if I crouch I disappear, increased action point refresh, movement speed plus 10%, another 10%, more action point refresh, and if I'm nearly dead it will slow time.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls?
So what do I use for power armor? This is my normal suit. So it's just a standard XO1 with the Zionucleic midsection and Tessa's Fist. No real reason for either of those because I don't need it. Up here we have my selection of weapons. Again, no cheating, because what's the point? A lot of them are called McGee, just because that's how I like to rename my weapons. Obviously a lot of the special weapons from throughout the game. Silver submachine gun's probably my favourite. And plasma rifle, all sorts of stuff. Plasma rifle? What's this called? It fires the ECT bullets. Can't remember. And then down here we have got a upgraded nuke, broadsider, gasoline laser, the Admiral's friend, one of those. Basically all the stuff you would expect.
Hope this rain lets up soon.
You'll notice that I've got a fort going on.
Still ain't perfect, but we're surviving.
God, FPS drop, which is called Fort Awesome. And up here we've got complete XO1s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with jetpacks, just because. Again, that's another reason I've got the super high level. It's meant to be fully defensible, but the attacks always seem to spawn inside, which is fairly annoying. For example, if I do that, it shuts the doors, so the entire place can be locked off. I haven't finished collecting all the bobbleheads yet. I don't know why. Not made it priority because I don't need to. Then we've got all the different colours of power armor. which is nice. I think that's all but the sugar bombs, and the sugar bombs I'm working on, but it only works on the T51 armour. And of course, power armour is usually levelled. And because I'm such a high level, everything comes out like that. So if I do ever find any more T51, I can finish that off, but I've already pre-ordered 76, so it will probably never happen. As you can tell, I've got basically everything you can get inside a settlement. In here we've got all the spares, enough to do another 5 or 6 settlements. We've got nuclear arcade stuff over here. What I tend to do is have a defensive wall around the perimeter and then an inner fort, as you can see, but with this one I've had to put a bridge over and put the pump in the water over there, because when I started it you didn't have the ground-based pumps. That's how long I've been playing as this character. So how many settlements have I got? I believe I've got all of them, and they're all like that. The money is mainly from ammo, actually. So the ammo I don't use because I've only got 2 weapons that I bother with. Let's see if we can blow that up here. Not quite. So just tons of ammo to sell, and then make absolutely shed loads of jet, and I don't need to buy any adhesive or anything like that, because obviously you use these 3 ingredients that you can see right here. Only thing I get really short on at the moment is aluminium and nuclear material, just because they're not freely available through vendors. But what I tend to do is buy everything that the general person sells, literally the whole thing apart from the shipments, and then usually I get the shipments of steel and the shipments of wood. If they've got glass, I'll have that as well. So let's go and have a play with this weapon so you can see what level 118 is really like. As you can see, my buffs for speed don't apply when I'm in power armour, which is very annoying. But I've got 68 cores, so it doesn't matter if I run a bit. That's obviously not a good demo. And like I was saying, all of my settlements have got this stupid wall around it, and when you've got virtually unlimited money because you're selling ammo, I've only ever carried 2 weapons at a time. You can just buy the concrete from vendors, and I've got a quite staggering amount. What would be a good demo? So let's go over to Sunshine. Oops. New mouse. i7 16GB of RAM SSDs. Don't know what it's doing. Which again, like I was saying, surrounded by a large wall. Some of the settlements you don't have quite as much capacity to build, so I've had to make the wall a bit smaller, kind of more in the middle. But as you can imagine, basically invincible at this level. The only thing that can really kill me is a super surprise attack by lots of things, or if I'm not wearing power armor, I will fall and die, because I am stupid. Unexpected. I may have killed one too many times, or perhaps recently. It's over there, it's an eyebot. Weird. Okay, so this is a good demo, but somewhere where there's usually a shed load of enemies, because I tend to avoid it because it's boring, isn't around there, it's around here. So Quincy Ruins, this should have a few people. So again, power armor is maxed out, my stats are basically maxed out. Got this stupid shotgun that creates explosive pellets, not just shells but pellets. And all of my specials are basically maxed out to the point where everything that's useful is maxed. Let's have a quick look at that before we go into here. So we've got obviously the shooty ones, the buildy ones. Don't know why I bothered with that, but carry additional weight, regen health, blah 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 blah. The most useful ones, apart from is it that one? Apart from the one that gives you the ability to, oh no, there you are, local leader. Apart from local leader, which is essential for the game to work, in my opinion, the most useful ones are carrying weight, increased weapon damage, and if you're looking for maximum damage, the best way to do it is through stealth, but I've not really bothered, don't need to. Oops. So, let's have a wander. So Gunner Captain, if I was a little bit closer, one shot. The only problem with this gun is that if you're too close to somebody, you will die. Let's have a look. Gunner Captain. Still doing one shot. Here's a one shot. Maybe he was dead a little bit already. So this place is usually a death trap, especially if you're on your own. But so the weapons and armour I've got, you're basically free to wander around without having to worry. See, I've just got a big red mark saying, "Oh, you've been shot," and it doesn't really make any difference at this level. Oop, need to reload. So let's just stand there and let him shoot me for a second. Traditionally one of the hardest regions of the game. If they can actually hit me, I'm getting a bit startled. Anyway, so you can see my health still goes down a little bit, but it also regens in the sunlight, so it's smoothing all that. Single shot commander. Definitely single shot captain with that thing. Explosives are obviously massive. So yeah, it's gets a bit boring, I suppose. Oh, I wonder if that would hurt me. Let's have a look. Hello. Probably if it could actually hit me. AI. Hello. What's that dude over there? Watch my health drop. And to give you a taste. Make sure she doesn't actually get in it because I like that armour, but it is just ridiculous. See if I can freeze her. Come on. Ah, what? I was going to get the power armor now. But like, he's shooting me point blank range with a plasma. All sorts of nonsense going on, and I don't really get hurt. And then I explode them. So it gets a bit tedious. I do take quite long breaks in this game, but basically kind of gone for 100% on it. There you go. That's how I damage myself, is by using my own weapon too close. Standard grenade. Doesn't do anything. Whee. Let's get back up and get my power armor, because I don't really need it. I've got 5 or 6 others. A bit silly, isn't it? So what keeps me playing? Well, the actual side quests tend to be a lot better than the main storyline. I find the main storyline on this game incredibly boring, but side quests are usually quite good. I've basically finished every settlement now, so I don't really need to pick up anything or collect anything. I tend to just get the absolute best stuff and ammo, which can be sold, but I'll show you how much money I've got in a second if you haven't noticed that already. Inventory, yeah, 64,000 at the moment. I've got it over 100,000 in the past, but it doesn't actually give you an achievement or anything, which is quite disappointing. Somebody's got a minigun. It's probably one of mine. Oh. Oh. That's a provision. It is one of mine. Had it the wrong way around. Could have ended badly. So yeah, basically invincible, but going through the storylines just because I like the storylines. You can fly around. You can definitely get out of the map quite easily. There's a lot of bad level design on the smaller ones because I don't think they were really intending on having the ability to fly. Seems to be an afterthought, because you can fairly often just jump through a ceiling or out of an elevator through the roof and end up somewhere you shouldn't be. But where I'm playing PC, you can toggle out of it. So here we go. Here's a bit more of an enemy. So we got a Mark II Annihilator. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's got an MIRV nuke coming out of his head, and it still can't hurt me basically at all. So it's showing that nothing. Let me show you what this gun can really do. So, one of the toughest enemies, 1, 2. Done. And suicide nukers could probably still kill me if I'm honest. They tend to be pretty badass, and if you're not expecting it and you're not in your power armor and you've got low health, they can actually take me out, I would have thought, but I've not been able to test that theory. My alert greens again don't do anything. Alpha death claws, alpha albino death claws, nothing. So yeah. So it's probably, I'll probably just complete it. Because there's not much else I can do. What's we got over here? It's quite a nice little settlement. Again, all of them got these concrete walls around the edge. Hashtag no cheating.
Hi, how are you?
They've all got at least a fusion generator. I don't know why they're standing in the swamp.
Hope you ain't one of them synths here to spy on me.
It's just kind of one of the slightly nicer designs because you've got the water down there. They're not really meant to be down in this bit. And then you've got the shops and stuff above. So yeah, that's what it's like at 118. Let's see if I can see how long I've been playing for. 12 days. In 4 hours, so there's plenty of content in the game. You do have to take breaks from it because it's pretty boring. I do like to do stuff like that, it just amuses me. To blow the shadow screen off. But apart from the odd giggle, I'm just going to play it to complete it now. I had a break from it. I've come back to it. But I want a bit of a break from Fallout before the 76 beta starts because I want to actually enjoy their game. Prepaid for it already, like I've said. So yeah, if you have any comments, questions or suggestions, just leave them below. It'd be nice if you subscribed, but it's not the most invigorating video you would have ever watched. It's just a walkthrough of why I'm still playing and what it's like at this level. But if you do want to see anything, if you want to see anything specific, like me shoot a certain enemy, or I don't know, take out the Brotherhood of Steel completely, then just give a comment below. So again, I'm 6, I have a hat, I'm 6 in this hat, and that's my first video from my new office.